Hey, yeah, we're back. We're back after a bit of an extended period of gap because, well, you were ill and I
I
was
was
ill.
ill. You were
Yeah,
ill. My kids were ill.
so I've still got a sore throat, so you might get some coughing throughout. But welcome to Action Figure Powwow. I'm Jay, and joining me as always is the master of the mighty Marvel mix, Paul
That's
Shearman.
very kind of you to say. How are you, Jay?
I'm great, other than this sore throat, but
Yeah.
from an action figure point of view, I'm rich, and from
And
a from an action
I've
figure
no
point of view,
money.
I'm poor.
I've no money left anymore.
I've got to say, right? I mean, look, we mainly focus on Hasbro figures on here. Every now and again, there might be something a bit different, but it's generally going to be Hasbro. You know, your Legends, your Black Series, your GI Joe
Yeah.
Classifieds. That's generally what we go into, and you know, they're roughly in the £20 or $20
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
area. But man, you can go a bit nuts, and I think I went a little bit nuts this month. I spent more than I
Wow.
should have. I mean, I've got ones that still haven't even arrived yet that I've bought and they're on their way. So, you know, yeah, I feel a bit bad to next month. I've got to try and tighten the belt already.
I know. I know. But the
Already,
thing is,
man.
I know we're already. I've got a load of stuff dropping in the next week coming in, and I'm away. So we're just away for 4 days next week. So I've
Right,
arranged most alternative collections. So some will go to the local drop-off point. I get to email, and they keep them for like 10 days. So that's no problem. Pick them
right.
up when we get back. That's all good. There's a couple come to the house. So I'll have to just get my good old mother to come round and pick up and collect for me. But like, yeah, they're all pre-ordered. And I'm thinking, no, they're all going to drop. And then the money for those is going to drop as well while on holiday.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's been a little bit annoying with pre-orders, part of it's to do with COVID, that they kind of got pushed, like the
Yeah.
timing of them. And so I had a couple turn up, which when I pre-ordered them, they said June, but they came already, which was
Got them,
May.
didn't you? Yeah.
So, you know, I wasn't expecting to pay for those just yet. So with that in mind, that I wasn't expecting to get anything extra this month, you know, I went out and bought myself a few figures.
Of course
Like
you would.
some are a bit older, most of them are older, and there's ones I'd missed out on, and you know, I thought, oh well, you know what, that's fine. I haven't got anything coming, so I spent the money, bought the figures, and then the pre-orders
Right.
dropped, man. So
Do
you know,
you
you're
know what's so?
killing me here.
I know, because what's so hard is it's never a problem in the real. It's never a problem to get figures early. That's a dream, isn't it? Pre-order
Oh yeah,
figure,
yeah, yeah.
get it early is a dream. But the balance of that is, if you're a collector or if you are a company that's providing to collectors, you know the way these things work. You budget, and there's a lot going on at the minute. There's a lot of there's a lot of figures dropping all the time.
Oh,
You say about Hasbro, right? You've gone off brand lately, and I've got the Marvel Select Hulk, which I know you've got on the way as well.
which
I've got
hasn't arrived.
I've got well, it's probably all right at the moment. We've got the Marvel
Yeah,
Select Captain America Sam Wilson,
yeah.
which is just tucked away here. So, and they're not cheap. They're 30 quid, $35. So I was going off script getting all these in, but you budget thinking, okay, this is what I'll do in the month. And then, god damn it, Hasbro keep dropping a goddamn figure every day, it seems,
Oh,
at
at
the
the moment,
moment as
yeah, yeah.
well.
I mean, look, you know, some of the guys that I like to watch on YouTube, you know, they'll go to like Macari and places like that, and they'll get these figures months in advance. But I think that
Yeah,
you and I, you know, we're just two guys. We're pretty much like most people that
yeah.
collect out there. You know, you get your figures when you can get them. So yeah, I mean, and as I say, getting them a bit early is normally like, oh, awesome, I've got new toys. But
Yeah,
at the moment, it's like, oh no, we send you a crying face.
you
Oh
do.
no, no, like, why are you sending me toys? I don't want
I
to go
know.
away.
It's so bad when I'm looking at well, I know we both follow Dan Yun on Twitter from
Yeah,
Hasbro,
yeah.
and I see he's got reveal coming, and I'm now, please don't be something I want, please don't be, which is ridiculous, but please don't be something
Yeah,
I want, please don't be
same.
something I
I
want.
mean that. Well, let's start with this. And so we had the Marvel Fan First Thursday just
Yeah,
gone the last couple of days ago,
yeah.
and yeah, before that started, yeah, I hope there's nothing that I want on there, or if anything, like one thing, but like I don't want too much, right? Man, okay, so look, I haven't collected comics in quite a long time, but in the 90s, I was reading quite a lot, and Age of Apocalypse was something that I read. And so, of course, when the Age of Apocalypse, this wave, because we've had wave one,
We have,
we're
yeah.
in this second wave, and I know that these are the ones they showed were renders, although Dwight did have they're not the prototypes, they're kind of like a pre-production version in
That's
hand.
right.
So, I mean, I'm hoping that the colours pop like what you see on the renderings, like that Magneto, for example.
They
bright
need
red,
to.
the bright purple,
Yeah,
I want that.
absolutely. For that
But I
comic
look
book
at those,
accuracy, they need to.
yeah, and those, there's something about, because I think, obviously with everything, as they've gone on, the figures have got better, the quality of them and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And these ones, they look like straight out of the comic book page.
Oh, they're incredible.
So I see them and I'm like, oh man, I want all of these. Now, actually, there's only two that I didn't buy, and that was Legion and Cyclops, right? And not because I don't want them, because I do, but I was like, if I buy them all, like it was £132 in one go,
So it's a 7 set, isn't it? It's
and
crazy.
you know what? I was kind of thinking to myself, sometimes with these things I've had quite recently, let's say, for example, this guy, the AOM 10
yeah.
when I pre-ordered them, I was like, oh, that would be one that I think people are going to be after. But I still see them on sites now. I can still get them. So I thought, well, maybe when they come out, some of those will still be available. Actually, funnily enough, I was in Smith's Toys today, so big toy shop in the UK, kind of like Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And they had what was that wave we just had? The House of X.
Oh, it was the House of X, yeah.
So they had Cyclops that I've got there. They had Wolverine. They had Professor X. I think that was it from that. And they had the frog guy from Spiderman.
Oh yeah, Big Frog, yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like I could have walked in there and just picked them up off the shelf, and they had a stack of them. So I thought to myself, maybe there'll be a couple that afterwards will still be around. Now I know Legion is the only Legion they've ever put out before, so maybe there's a chance that he'll be gone. But I'm hoping not. So I bought all those and I thought I'm going to hold out on these two. But I mean, let's talk about what they dropped. And then that's not even going into the 3 3/4 figures that I know you have been all over as well.
I've absolutely, and fortunately, they're nowhere yet. And I checked the release schedule for these, so I've now got every wave. I'm up to date. I've got dropping next week coming in. I've got the Elektra and the Daredevil and the Iceman, which have just been gold dust trying to get. So I've got the first 6. I've got the second wave with Magneto and the Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, and the Hulk. And now I've got the Elektra, the Daredevil, and the Iceman. So I have a full set of all of them. And then this latest set, every single one, I was like, Storm, 1. Silver Surfer, 1. Black Costume Spider-Man, 1. It was there's 3 other ones. I was like, oh my god, gotta get Loki. I was like, gotta get them all, but they're not out yet, fortunately.
Yeah,
because they're gonna be 70 quid for the set. But I'm gonna get them, so I'm glad they're not out. But I'm equally nervous. I'm gonna miss them when they do drop.
There's been a bit of that with a lot of figures recently. Well, specifically for me, the G.I. Joes. I mean, and this is something that we've talked about with the collecting. Like with the Marvel Legends, they always seem to make it so that they're available, that you can get them. And the Joes, they don't. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, I mean, these guys dropped some really cool stuff. That whole wave looked great. That Iceman looks awesome. And then I was like, oh man, I don't have Iceman, so now I need Firestar, because I know he's not the same version of Spiderman, of Iceman. But my collections are a bit of a mishmash. It's like I get the version that I like the look of. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't have to be.
I've got any problem with that. I've got any problem with that. I think that's a good way of doing it. Yeah. Yeah,
I like the look of that version, and put them together, because come on, comics, like you can just put anything
absolutely.
together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And and you know what, the amount that's been released, I know we're about to go through what was dropped lately, but with the amount that's been released, it's kind of in a way doing me a bit of a favour, because there's so many now. It's driving me to that view of, I'm only going to get what I want now. Unfortunately, what I want is a lot, but I'm only going to get what I want. So I really held back. I did the same as you. I've taken a bit of a gamble on some of the things, like some of the Age of Apocalypse wave. I was like, I'm gonna wait. The minute I saw the Magneto, I was like, got to get that. And I was like, hold on, I've got 3 Magnetos already, all different.
Yeah.
Just hold on. Do I need another Magneto? Just wait. So I've got 2 Cyclops. So just wait. I've got Marvel Select Colossus, which is also one of my favourites. So I was like, do I need this Buccaneer version?
It's
No, because
cool.
that means I've got. It's very cool, isn't it? Stop it. So it's kind of helping on that basis.
Do you see how it has extra hands, right? So I'm hoping, and I know this isn't going to be the case, but I'm hoping that extra hands come with Legion and Cyclops. So I'm just like, well, I still get the whole figure.
Yeah.
Like a left hand in Legion and a right hand in Cyclops.
And right hand,
perfect.
Just right hand. They never do that. They're so sneaky with these. And you know, they're sneaking in 7 now in a wave, just like creeping in 7.
Oh, I know.
The last
I know,
couple.
right? I know.
The MCU wave 7. This Age of Apocalypse 7. So that's it. Bring on the bad guys with your Arcade, Doom, Dormammu 7.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
But let's talk about what drops.
More money.
More money.
But yeah, so they came on. They had, so it was a Legion. He had Cyclops. I thought Cyclops was Legion's in his scrubs, which I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I like a really basic looking guy.
Yeah.
Dude in scrubs, yeah. So I was like, that looks cool. Cyclops, I really like that look. The only, what goes through my mind now that so I see that Cyclops and I'm like, looks cool. Looks like in the comics, and I'm like, that hair, it really stop his head turning that like to the right. And I'm like, that'll just be annoying. But it's a damn nice figure. I love the armor with the cut.
The arm's great. Yeah, the arm's great.
The body is what is it? It's the Bucky cap, right?
It is. That's right. Yeah. So you've got the harness across it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but I thought it was a nice looking figure. Who else did we have? Rogue, and obviously
Rogue looked great.
She looks great, right? But they're those 90s outfits. These are the times when I was reading comics where they had ridiculous outfits, and they had, well, she doesn't, but it was an era where people had pouches in places where you didn't need pouches.
That's
Deadpool
right.
had pouches on his ankles, right?
Yeah.
And Rogue, I saw someone, it was Dwight was pointing out, she's got like 3 swimsuits on over her clothes, right? I did watch something else. I think it was either Jay Hernandez or it's Swoosh, where they talked about the shape of the figure, like she's got no hips, so she looks like an underage.
I think it's Swoosh Weekly Drop. Yeah.
However, if you look at the art in the comics, some of the art, she was drawn like that, specifically in that outfit. So to me, I was like, I get it now. Once someone says it, and you're like, oh yeah, I see it. Where I hadn't really paid that much attention to that. Also, these were just renderings, right? So we haven't seen an actual figure of her.
That's right. So not seen. No, interesting. So we've not seen the actual figure yet, which is a bit of a departure from the way it's been normally. And you're right. And to be honest, they have to come out as bright and colourful as those renders, because that is that comic book. That's that era. The 90s was just over the top colour, and everything was bigger and action. And again, so
this proves that you can have him popping, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, they definitely need to do that, and especially look at her. She's got the greens, the yellows, like the dark green, the light green. So you really want all those colours to really like pop out.
Yeah, so distinctive.
So there's her. Who else did we get? I'm trying to.
Sabretooth.
I can't even think.
It's got new Sabretooth.
Yeah, Sabretooth. Yes, I thought he looked cool, and they said he's quite a big figure. Which yes, you want him to be, and B, like with that Wolverine, I think he'll look great. I don't have Wild Child. Everyone's like they would mention, oh, it look great with Wild Child. I'm like, he's £9. I could buy him.
Yeah. I don't think it's that good a figure.
It doesn't look like a good figure.
It doesn't, no. And it's part of that Sugar Man Build-A-Figure wave, and it wasn't exciting. He's not really exciting character. He's having a good run in Hellions at the moment, comic, which is one of the best textbooks out there at the moment. Very dark, very funny as well, but very, very dark, sort of twisted, but very sort of adult theme. It's got an adult content warning on the front of it. But so he's having a very good run in that. But it's not particularly exciting figure. I'm not mega keen on the little thin, skinny figures. Depending on the character. I mean, I got randomly right in front of me. The Speed Demon is an old one I picked up recently to give him fantastic nick. That fits exactly because it's that sort of character. But I'm not overall keen on those sorts of
I know what you mean, yeah. And that's why I've not picked them up. Also, I actually have £9.20 in credit on my credit card.
Well, right? It's meant to be.
However, there's a figure of Michonne from The Walking Dead when she's dressed as a cop, and it's like it's just over £9. And I was like, oh, that could be a cop for me. And I'm like thinking of
Level
buying
bystander.
Well, you know, like a cop there. It's quite a useful character to have, you know. So I'm kind of looking at it maybe. Yeah, but I thought the Sabretooth looked great. It looked nice, chunky. Comes with a sort of grinning head, and it comes with like a going nuts head where he's got the ponytail and everything. That looks like a wicked figure, I think. That's one of the ones I was most excited when I saw it to get in hand. Magneto, as you said, he comes with he comes with a head with a helmet on, and he's got one without, and he's got the ponytail.
Long ponytails,
like plaits or whatever. With Magneto. Now I don't know how it works. Well, I've got a Toy Biz Magneto up there. I don't know if I can swap heads on that, but then I wouldn't have a helmet, just to give him a different look if I wanted to. But I think it looks cool. The only thing that I would have liked on that is sometimes when they draw him with the helmet on, his face is blacked out and you can just see his eyes.
Eyes, yes.
And I was like, that would be quite cool if they did one like that, right?
That would be great, And I've got the one. I've got the red and black suit one from the solo series from 2014, 6-issue solo series, which was all going back and exploring his roots from the Holocaust. And he spent that entire 6-issue arc pretty much with the darked out, just the eyes showing through the mark. But that's not on the figure.
Yeah,
it's a real shame. It's just a repaint of the the House of X one. Is a repaint of that one on the head. But then equally, it did come with a mask off, helmet off one with really cool white hair. But it needed just that face one like that, because that was what that whole comic book series was about. So I know exactly what you mean for that one.
Yeah, that would look great. And I mean, I don't know, maybe see, my old one has a removable helmet, so he's got the head and a removable helmet. So maybe like they could do a removable helmet. I'm asking for lots now. Give me a removable helmet and a head without a helmet, and the head with a blacked out face and a helmet, right?
Yeah,
it'd be a deluxe figure, right? If they have that and then a whole bunch of hands and some powers, but
absolutely,
three
sets of hands. They should all come 3 sets of hands.
Definitely, yeah, they should nowadays, especially Spiderman.
Spiderman is just take for granted 3 sets of hands. Just take for granted.
Yeah. And we'll get on to that in a bit. So who else was there? So we had
Shadowcat,
Magneto, Shadowcat. Yep. So she looked good. I thought the costume looked good. I liked the head. It's quite nice. I'm trying to think who else we had now.
So Legion, Iceman, Sabretooth, Magneto, Shadowcat, and Sabretooth and Cyclops.
And Cyclops, and then they all had the build a figure of the Buccaneer. Colossus, which is meant to be quite large as well. And
it's 9 inches, didn't they? For that,
that's awesome. I thought that looked really good. So yeah, I mean, I'll get most of the parts. If you're missing a head or something,
you'll find those. Give it a couple of months. You'll find those on eBay at like £8.
Yeah, exactly that. Or if the others are still available, I'll just get them and complete it. And that'll be my first build figure I've ever completed.
Excellent. That's a good builder figure. Yeah.
I have lots of bits of builder figures, but I have no complete.
Oh God, yeah. I've got a little. Well, it's not little anymore. I've got a bag that's about like this and like this that's in my cupboard with all the parts. I'm like 2 parts away from getting the Wendigo.
Well, I just want
from
to
the
put together some messed up character.
That's a good point.
So, and then they did another reveal, which they said they got a figure with a tail. And it was.
So we saw. We saw Spider-Man 2099.
Tigra.
And then Tigra, because they didn't give us a figure. That's what confused me. And I've been desperate for Tigra. She's in my 5 wish list.
Okay, so there you go.
For 2021. Actually got one of my wish lists
you don't have the old one, right?
No, I tried to hunt that down. There's a 2006 version, Toy Biz one, and that's the only release of Tiger that's ever been. So it's been Hasbro's first Tiger, and they didn't even have a concept drawing or art. It was just a digital version, but we promised double elbows, no pins.
So in this one it shows pins, but it's going to be pinless joints, double elbows, and they also mentioned double ab crunch, which, as you know, I've been messaging them loads about that.
Yeah.
So I'll mention something else about that in a bit. And it looked like a nice figure. I don't think it's one that I'm going to pick up. And I did hear somebody talking about, we might see other feline type characters coming. I can't remember if it was, I think it was Ryan. Ryan posted another picture, a close-up of her elbow on the actual figure. So you could see it was pinless, but it also had the fur carved into it. So you could see that she had all that, and that actually looked good. And it looked much nicer if you compare it to what they had as a rendering. Obviously, it's just the arm, but there's a lot more detail in that, so it's good to see that.
Cool, because that is all I'm missing for my West Coast Avengers set.
Just
I've got Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Silver Centurion, Iron Man, Wonder Man, Vision, Scarlet Witch. That's the only one I'm missing. And Moon Knight. The only one I'm missing is T-Grass. I've got the lot there.
Nice.
So that's all I need. So
that'll
definitely
be
getting
awesome.
that one.
Definitely.
I've found a nice little backdrop image of like an LA mansion.
Was this on ambient music again?
This is on ambient music again on YouTube for all my backgrounds that I do.
There's some good ones, man. They look like Marvel backgrounds.
I'd say honestly, it's a dream to find those. I've snapped out a load of shots lately because you got me into posing the figures, and I'm just trying to, because you're really really good at it, and I'm just trying to get there. So I've done, because I'm on holiday next week, and all I ever do is think about action figures and Marvel. All I've done is I've taken so many
all
shots.
I think of is toys.
What else to think about? And then I'm going to start putting some out. Yeah, so I've done loads of different shots. I've done a whole range of Sinister Six with Spider-Man now. So I've done loads of different characters. I put some House of X stuff out. I've got some Doom and Reed Richards to go. I've got Spider-Man fighting the Juggernaut, which I'm going to put out soon as well. So
nice.
I've just got, it's just those backgrounds make it so much easier to just get the figures pose right. But that's ideal for that. So I just need that for my West Coast Avengers set.
Brilliant.
And I got a full set.
That'd be a nice full set. That'd be so cool to have.
Sorry about that.
But then you mentioned Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
That was a comic that I used to collect back in the day. Does that still go now? Is that still around?
No, so the comic isn't. They did just do a revisit of 2019.
Still around?
For a few characters. He's still around, yeah. No, he's still around. He pops in and out as and when needed for various things. He was in the last couple of Spider-Verse storylines. Right. Still massively popular. He's one of those characters like Moon Knight's been for a while. Massively popular without having his own series for any particular length of time. A great little cameo at the end of Into the Spider-Verse movie, so I hope to see more than that one. And I bought 3 of him because my boys saw it.
Oh yeah,
I got my 8-year-old and 4-year-old. They saw their Spider-Man sets.
Bankrupted you even more.
They did. So I was like, I bought the 2 of them. So that was the 2 limit from Hasbro Pulse, which I bought, and then I quickly jumped onto Star to get the 3rd one.
So was that one? Is that a straight up reissue? That one?
So it's a slightly remolded version of the one Dwight. They've moved the paint, and the webbing looks slightly different under the arms on it now. Looks a newer material. Looks a bit fresher, bit thicker than the original version.
Because isn't it the Pizza Spider-Man body? Is that right?
Yeah, it looks very much like it.
It looks like it.
Very much like it.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's quite a nice figure. I have one here, I'm quite looking forward to that. I've seen a couple of people mention that his claw hands look a bit big, but if you look at the old comics where he's like where he's in a jumping pose,
You're
they
right.
did look because the claws kind of come down from his fingers.
They do. They drop out. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you're looking at,
So
and it's comic accurate. It's good.
I think in hand that will probably look all right when you sort of see how the hands are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so that was you know, the fan bankruptcy Thursday that they did. And you know, oh, we promise you that June's going to be quiet, but before June,
let's screw you over
in the
with
last
another
2 days of May. So we had, oh no, before that, at the end of the fan Thursday, Dwight hinted at Excalibur.
Yeah.
If that's
Absolutely.
the whole team, there again, I'll be buying a whole bunch.
I will buy a whole team of that as well.
I really want Nightcrawler, and yeah, I think that I'll probably end up buying all of them because you know I'm weak.
Yeah.
So
and then but 2 weeks ago they were dropping Infinity Saga figures left, right, centre.
I know. Yeah, and so I mean, there's that as well. That was on the fan Thursday. They just recapped it. Luckily, with those, there were ones I wanted, but they were in multi-packs, and I didn't necessarily want the multi-pack. You know, really, I wanted a Happy. I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted Obadiah Stane and characters like that. Just you know, yeah. I don't know why. I think it's just that I would just like some packs of like normal looking people kind of populate the world. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. I want to just populate the world, and you have to like make your own or whatever otherwise. So yeah. So other than that, they dropped Callisto is going to be coming. Yeah. Nothing about when or anything like that, right? Or when she goes up for order.
No, that's right.
Looks cool. I saw it and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll be buying that then. And then and then today,
Mastermind drops.
He's put. What's happened? Have they actually done it already?
Yes,
I haven't seen.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
Mastermind. Two heads for Mastermind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so...
And he's got and it's a very sort of Victorian. It's very Hellfire Club.
Oh
Victorian gentleman.
I did see. Yeah.
With the rough. Yeah, and then you've got the two different heads for it as well.
Now that Hellfire Club I don't have, and I would really like that. So I don't know that I'll buy him because.
No, same with you. I'm glad that I love the Hellfire set. I really want it. I'm glad I don't have it because then that means I don't need to buy every single other thing that's going to come with it as well. Yeah. So that's fine on this base. I'm cool with that. I was kind of hoping that as much as I wanted them to drop a Infinity War Doctor Strange for the Infinity Saga, I also didn't because I was thinking, because this is going to be more money. And then that said, I found £28 in my Amazon account, so I went and bought the two set of Pepper Potts and Rescue.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
So Rescue and Captain Marvel. So so that didn't work, keeping that strategy. But yeah, the Callisto Mastermind. I remember you dropped me the Callisto, going look. And then I saw the Dan dropping what, you want another one today? And I was like, come on, man. So I'm assuming there'll be another one tomorrow.
I think
for the last day of the month.
Yeah, I think there will be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna finish up the month with another final one.
Which you think is going to be fitting in with Hellfire Club stuff again anyway. So it'll probably be something I don't want. I hope that's what it is.
Hopefully, yeah. And you know, I mean, I am really starting to get to the point where when I don't get a figure, I go, they'll do it again. There'll be another one. You know, it might not be the exact same version or whatever. Like, if they do a Nightcrawler, for example, you know, I don't have him. I don't know what version they'll do, but it will look very much like Nightcrawler. So,
yeah,
you know.
And I'm surprised you didn't get one in the House of X, but then it would have been like a Marauders version, and he hasn't really been a key character in House of X yet. So the Excalibur wave, if that's what we're going to get, which seems to be that case, is your best bet. And in that case, that's great. You're getting a classic.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler, which I assume that's the one you want, isn't it? That classic Nightcrawler.
That is, yeah. I mean, even with the Age of Apocalypse ones, you know, there's that Grey Beast, and he's only like £8 or £9. So I'm kind of like, should I? You know, do I? I kind of want a blue
Yeah.
one, but you know, I
Well,
don't know.
I saw him in. I was with good friend of ours, Cardboard Colin. We were out together. We were shopping, and we were in Entertainer toy shop in Reading, where he got the Star Wars, he got the speeder with the pilot figure, and I saw the Grey Beast. It was there on the shelf. It was £9, and I was like thinking, I've always said I'm not going to get it, but because this is the trouble, because it's right there in front of me, and I know if I walk into a shop and see these Infinity Saga ones, when you see them on the shelf, that's what instantly jumps me back to being an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old again.
Wow.
And so I know I'm going to end up buying a load more of these bastard things if I see them on the shelves.
Well, dude, I mean, I took my daughter to the toy shop today, right? Now, my daughter is the only kid in the world who doesn't want to go to the toy shop. I was like, should we go? She's like, no. And I'm like, I think we should go. I wanted to get like a Super Soaker, right? But really, I wanted to see
what figures they
had on the shelf. And of course, I ended up buying myself a figure. So,
of course.
You know, anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so that's all that stuff, which is pretty cool. So, since we last spoke, we've both been buying a bit of toyage, right? So,
a bit of toyage, I like it, a bit of toyage.
Do you want to tell us about anything that you've
bought?
What we'll do is we'll take turns on this. So you do one, okay. I'll do one, and then we'll play tennis.
Well, I'll start with, I've mentioned him already. Let me sneak him out there.
He's rebalanced himself. Even though someone's
there
he
is. Balance. Modo. We're going to start with Modo. I mean, this is just absolutely... I was thinking to go when it first came out. It's a deluxe edition. It's £50. I think, no, I've got to get Modoc just for the weird quirkiness of it. So, and it is really cool. It's a pain to put together, a real pain to put together. But once it is together,
I saw that on your video. You did your Marvel podcast. My Marvel mix, wasn't it? My Marvel show.
Yeah. I like to pretend that I was just like, I'll be back in 3 seconds. Like an hour later, I was like, come on, you bastard. But it's very cool. It comes with an extra face, which I've got somewhere of overlay. Just a straight mouthed face, but obviously put his angry face on. The hand controls his gear stick for throwing his hover car around, and I've swapped the fist over on this one. And you've got to grab your hands on the other one.
Is the face easy to change on that, or is it?
Now I know what I'm doing. Yes, but you literally have to take the whole thing apart. So you probably just see. So you've got these slits down here.
Oh yeah,
and on that side. So you actually literally pull that apart. And then the headband and the hair is a fixed piece, and it sits in a lip underneath here. It sits in a lip underneath there.
Right.
And then you can just take the face out. And I think I did have the face. Let me have a look, actually. Yeah, here it is. So I did keep the face handy, and here's one I did earlier. So it's just a block.
All right. Yeah.
On the back, which clicks in. But you have to align it at the same time to the headband. And the headband needs to sit over the top. And first off, because obviously new plastic, it would not go. So another tip I picked up from you, got the hairdryer out. And I was actually so weird. I was actually like, I am actually blowing his hair at this point. I was actually blowing. I was like, I actually looked like I was actually.
I hate this haircut.
Blowing his hair. But once it's in, and it is quite easy to swap out now. So now I've got the knack of what I'm doing with it. But he's just a very, very weird, cool, quirky comic one. And I did a few little bits and bobs, just having him fight with this the retro cap one, which is really, really cool. Face is a bit so-so. Face is a bit so-so. But I now use him as John Walker from the Captain America No More comic book one, when Steve Rogers went into the black costume as the captain. So I treat him as John Walker now, and I just have those two fighting each other. So
when you're playing posing.
When I'm working hard. Yeah, so Modoc sits in there with I'll kill him.
Oh, he went. He went.
He went. So there you go. That's my first one.
He's got his little blast underneath him.
Yeah, so that detaches off at the bottom as well.
That's pretty cool. All right, I was going to start with a slightly boring one. I got J. Jonah Jameson.
That's not boring. That's JJ himself.
And I got him because, as I've got the retro Spiderman and everything. You know, I wanted to start putting together little scenes. So I got J. Jonah, but, you know, J. Jonah Jameson, what are you going to do with him? He's not being like action scenes or anything, right? So I'd been on eBay and I had bought a desk.
Wicked.
Yep, desk there, and a chair that goes with it. Yep.
Oh man, that's so cool.
And I got some filing cabinets to make it
Awesome.
up. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, I'd like to just say, like, oh, I lost the drawers. My paint job on this is great. This came as it is, but it's very, very slightly too short for J. Jonah. So it is 1/12 scale, but these bits I added myself at the bottom.
What were they?
These are coffee stirrers. Yeah, coffee stirrer sticks.
You're a freaking genius.
That's what they are. And well, coffee stirrers. Oh, sorry, I just dropped all the drawers. Coffee stirrers are used for loads of things. Like, so you use them for, you know, window frames, door frames. I use them for boarding up parts of windows and all sorts.
Oh.
So there, I've got a ton of them kicking around, and they were just the right kind of. So this has gone off figures now. I'm talking Dollhouse.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
It's all connected, so that, you know, J. Jonah can be sat at his desk there. You can see, right?
That's brilliant, man. That's so good.
But what I've got him on to go with the all connectedness is a floor that I've made the
wicked
wood, and then
a laminate floor, and that's awesome.
And then we've got the brick wall, which we can go behind. I'm going to repaint it all, and eventually this will turn into the Daily Bugle. Brilliant, so we can have him in there saying, "Get out, Parker," and who wouldn't want that, right? But
it wouldn't,
because the thing is, like, they made this figure, and I'm kind of like, well, I really want him because, you know, he's quite a big figure in Peter Parker's life, character, you know, within the story of Spider-Man. So yeah, I kind of thought, well, I need to make somewhere for him to fit in, you know, on displays and stuff like that, or for photos, which is when you collect figures, unless you just have them standing there nowadays with the way Instagram is and stuff like that, you know, everyone's taking photos and posting it. So I made some extra bits that go on his desk as well. So we have this. This is a little. Do you know what that is? You know, there's leather things that people have.
Thing,
is that what they're called?
Yeah.
So I keep that there on his desk.
Genius.
So there's that, and I've made. He comes with a Daily Bugle page, but I made my own Daily Bugle as well to have in the office, which you've seen. So there's a Daily Bugle there. It's got
awesome
back page, and
very
inside
clever.
These are just made from the don't put toys in your mouth bits. You've got those. What else?
Oh, that is so
I've got
clever.
some other bits. My daughter kept trying to play with these, so I started losing all the bits. And of course, in the modern era, you know, J. Jonah Jameson, he might have on his desk a mobile phone. So he has that on his desk, you know, for important calls and scoops.
You are stone cold genius. I love it.
So yeah, it makes it fun.
That's brilliant, man. That's awesome.
And I think he's a really nice figure. You could pop his head off and put him on the Ulysses claw body. So that means that you could give him a different look, give him a blue waistcoat and stuff like that, which is quite cool. So I think it's quite a good figure. It's you know, it's the ones in the suits. They all have a bit of a problem with their feet. I did have to warm up the ankles a bit because they don't go very far forward.
Yeah, okay.
So to get them to stand, sometimes they're
to do a walk-in stuff. Yeah,
wobbly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. It's there's not much to say. It's a guy in a suit. I think it is actually the same body, but it's J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, with his like shout. He's always shouting all the time. So now I use my Moira McTaggart as Betty Brant because she
You've got the same hair, got the same style. What's a treat?
Got her glasses. I have her as his secretary. I'm going to get a second desk, and so she'll be sat there in the office with him. I just need a Robbie Robertson, which I've messaged Dan numerous times about
getting one.
I don't think they're going to do that.
That could be a whole. Do you know what? Daily Bugle wave could be a whole wave though. You have Ned Leeds. You know, Grant. You know,
phone guy is currently Ned Leeds.
Phone guy is Ned Leeds.
That was your thing. So now I've got to get a new phone guy because I like to just have a guy who's always on his phone.
Yeah.
But,
Buy Happy Hogan for £50.
yeah, I can't because it's like £82 or something, is it?
Yeah, it's shocking. I know.
No, it's not happening.
No,
Right,
definitely not. That's awesome.
So,
that is epic.
There
Love
you
that
go.
figure. Love that figure.
I do, and you know what? I played with it loads because he comes with extra hands, so you can pop those off. But also,
you can do pointy finger.
You got point finger. You've got
He's got to have a fist,
you've
hasn't he?
got a fist for both hands. You've got grabbing hands as well. Oh, you've got You've got one which is the grabbing hand, and you've got another one which is also a grabbing hand. It's kind of like that, so you can slot the Daily Bugle paper into it. He's holding it,
perfect.
which is great. But if you've got characters like Shang-Chi or the Red Ninjas, you've got loads of hands.
Loads of hands like that. Yeah, of course you have. Perfect. And there's so many different scenes you can do with Jameson because over the years he's interacted with a lot of villains as well, either that are using him to get to Spider-Man or he's actually hired them to get to Spider-Man, and he's interacted with Spider-Man. So there's a lot. Which I know you've done some already. You put some ones up on your site with Spider-Man on top of the filing cabinet, haven't you? Reading the Masked Menace.
And I used a bit of cling film to the webbing going around his mouth.
Around his mouth. Told you, you're a genius, absolute genius. You spot the artistic talent in there.
Well, you see, now that I've got you using backgrounds to pose your figures, soon I'll have you making dioramas.
Yeah, you got to be well into it. And you know what? I would love to give it a bash, just committing the time to sit down and do it.
I have 0 time, so I have to just fit it in. So, like this, for example, I don't want to take up too much time on dioramas, but like cutting out the grid.
So clever.
Along. Now, these I've done a different scale from my other dio. These are more accurate to be realistic, but painting, what I'll do is I'll just come down here late at night for like sort of 10-20 minutes, whack a bit of paint on it, and then it's got to dry. So then I chuck it on the side, leave it there, come back the next evening. And the thing with it is that diorama's slow process if you've got other things in your life, but it's satisfying every time you get the next bit and you're like, oh cool, it's starting to look good. So you don't mind it taking long. You just got to keep it in mind that, look, I'm in no rush. I'm just doing this. It's fun. I'll make it look how I want it. I'll get the bits of detail in there, and then eventually I'll have this nice thing that I can put together. And I might even need to cut that down a bit. So I'm kind of, because of the size. So, we'll see. I'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't.
It's a difficult one. Yeah, getting the diorama size is difficult because I've got a couple of, it's kind of what I've gone for the backgrounds off the TV, and then I've got a clear, like old stacker box, which is just the right height, depending on what the image is on the screen, just the right height that I can get the figures on. And it also means because it's clear, it generally reflects through underneath, and because I'm taking it out of focus or just putting a pinpoint target around the focus, it puts a nice puts a nice sort of transparent shine to it, so you lose it. I've got a few which I haven't put out on the site yet, which I've done where I've got the figures hanging on ropes.
Yeah.
And string.
I like what you're doing with thread, and that's really good.
Thread, yeah. I've got some modelling wire, again, thanks to you. Tip from you.
Oh, you got it?
So, yeah, I've got some of that. And I've got some Spiderman ones I've done where I've got the angle, the buildings in the background, and I put them upside down. But I've used string, I've frayed some string, and then I've actually gone into my editor and I've coloured out the string tied around his wrist.
Right, nice.
So hopefully it's pretty amateurish, but hopefully it'll look all right. And then for the angle, I've got the picture. So that's been experimented. But with the dioramas, I've got a couple of dioramas I've got off eBay, which are great. But it's a wall, it's like a warehouse wall, but it's just not. There's only certain pictures you can do. So it came with a dumpster and an oil drum, and I did some with I was mucking around with these two the other day with Black Cat and Spider-Man. So I was doing some of those two. But the height of it, I put Spider-Man. I just got his hand, so he was leaning on his arm, and his body was out at an angle. And I had an old computer part behind. I blue tacked his hand on, so he was behind the dumpster.
Right.
But he looked like he was on top of the dumpster with his body out. Perfect.
Yeah. Excellent.
But then it wasn't enough wall left at the top to just get the right angle. So that's That's a complete distraction on dioramas, but you're one there that's perfect. It's got really good height to it, so from any angle, you'll have the wall in it. I guess,
hopefully it should be. I think it's actually the length of it that might be a problem because of where I want to position it.
Right.
So I might have to rethink it and cut bits away, and then that would be a bit annoying. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Having a problem with length is apparently not much of a problem, I've heard. So anyway, on that subject, let's talk about figures. Let me show this one. Right, so I absolutely love this figure. So this is the Marvel Select.
Yeah.
So it's not really compatible with any of my other, put it against. Yeah, so put it against my other Captain America. So it's not really compatible with that. However, it is freaking awesome. I love it, and it's his face is pure Anthony Mackie. It's spot on. The costume is great. It's got really good motion movement. 3 sets of hands with it. Right. So I've got shield hands. No, 4 sets of hands. I've got shield hands, flat flying hands, gripping hands, and punching hands.
Right.
So really pleased with that. It's a really good shield. It's exactly the detail on it from the movie. And you can see the grip behind. It's really good detail coloured in on the shield. The only problem is the wings are the worst things I've ever tried to fit on any action figure ever.
Oh, right. Okay.
And if you knock it, and there's no give in the wings. So they're a total flat as a one piece. And then the second one is a one piece. Whereas it looks like the Marvel Legends one.
It's articulated.
Yeah.
So,
which is fantastic. Yes, and that is a real miss on these ones. It really is a miss. The backpack is excellent though. Once it's in on the backpack, it clicks into the backpack. I would say, but there's 2 small slots on either side, and you have to have it at a 45-degree angle to get those slots in, and then it clips in underneath a little hook behind it. And if you get one done, the minute you start trying to manipulate the one next to it, if you knock that one, it is horrendous. And there's probably about half an hour between me on my video going, I'll be back in a minute. Absolutely.
So once they're in. Like you don't want to be taking that out again.
No.
So that tells me it's just a figure that you just have on display. He's not really one that you're going to. I mean, I know you took a couple of photos of him, but he's not one that you really want to.
I'm not going to muck around with him. No, too much. So I'm just holding him back in place now. I will do some more shots with him with some of my other figures, with my Iron Man figure and others, with the backpack off, and I'll do some fighting ones of him because I've got. I didn't realize I've got about 20 Marvel Selects as well.
Wow, 20 already.
I didn't realize until I set them up for the backdrop behind this one when I did an unboxing video on it. I was like, there's a lot here already. So I've got quite a few to do some fight scenes with on him as well. But he's really cool. But the wings are an absolute bastard to play around with.
Right. Well,
so
he does look nice though, and the details
excellent.
look great on that one.
Yeah, but, and I was more on the basis that one thing I was a little bit annoyed about, the Marvel Legends one looks amazing, but I don't want to get the whole wave just to get the wings.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend 140 quid to get the wings. So because I wasn't keen on the Loki figure, but I wasn't that keen on the Winter Soldier figure. I've ordered the Vision. I've ordered Scarlet Witch. I'd originally ordered Zemo, but then I cancelled that on the basis. I had Zemo, Sam. I'd ordered 5 out of that range. £100 I'd spent out of that range. Zemo, Sam, Vision, Scarlet Witch, and Baron Zemo. So that was 5. I've cancelled the Sam Wilson, which I know I'm going to regret, the Zemo, and the one other one. So I've just kept the Vision and Scarlet Witch one out of it because I saw this, because I knew this figure became available. Right. So I got this one, and this was 26, which is a bit cheaper than normally sells for, and it's not that much more than the Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
So I got it. Yes, I know it's not compatible with the rest. I got it, but it's only because of that I then cancelled the Waves. I didn't really want to spend 140 quid because I'd be buying the Waves. That's really what I was getting it for. Yeah. So, but I'm sure I'll see it and I'll end up regretting it and getting it at some point.
when it arrives, Hulk will be my only Marvel Select that I've got. But I think that the scale will just work great. So I'm
it's perfect.
so into
Absolutely
that.
perfect.
So,
yeah, that works really well, and it's such a cool Hulk figure as well. You'll love it.
Cool. So I'm gonna keep my next one is gonna still be a not an exciting character. So I'm gonna go for Peter Parker.
That is cool.
Now, obviously, he comes with glasses, which I took off. If you look, you can see that's where the glasses.
Yeah. Just see the dark mark. Yeah.
It's just a little hole.
Do you know what? You really got to look for it though. You can't see that
unless you're looking. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't come with much. He comes with this camera, but the camera doesn't have anything to put around his neck. So I made one and I glued it on.
It didn't come with that.
No, it's just a camera on its own. And I was like, come on, man. I want Peter Parker. You know, he wears his camera around his neck. So I made one. So he's wearing it on.
Excellent. I've never known that.
Yeah, so that's how he comes. The only thing separate with him is he comes with another head. Of course, I haven't prepared, so I haven't got them all ready. But they are here. I have my little box of tricks. So yeah, he comes with another head, which is pretty cool, and it's this one here.
Oh, the Spidey sense, yeah,
Spidey
nice.
sense, which I think I've used in one photo.
You have, yeah,
and that's great because that it's also the if you look at that size, the Ditko retro version.
Smart, yes.
So with your retro Spiderman, if you wanted on that figure, you could pop this head on for
brilliant
little scenes there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's as I say, it's not a very exciting figure. I think it's the same body as Stan Lee, just different colours.
It looks it.
Trainers. But
good point.
I wanted a Peter Parker. I wanted to get a couple. These ones again. He's in the Daily Bugle.
Perfect like Daily Bugle. Absolutely.
You can have him running down the street, changing into Spider-Man. You can do all kinds of things with him.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I just thought it was. And again, this was, these are older figures. So I know if anyone is watching this, they'll be going, dude, that came out ages ago. A lot of these figures came out ages ago. I'm just buying ones that
we like. That's the point that we like.
But also, it's ones that I've missed out on. So I know people have seen reviews on that, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But it's just it's about like getting the things you want, man. And I wanted one of those, and my next one is going to be tied into that too. So that's that. I'm not going to go too long on it. There's not a lot to say. Peter Parker, he's wearing a brown jacket, he's got jeans on, he's got trainers on, and he has a camera which I've edited. And
it was infinitely better for it.
And also, he did also have his glasses, which when you see them, you can understand. Actually, I can probably put them on him if I could find them. That's always the hard. I've lost them. No, I haven't lost them. They're in here. Look, I've got a leg.
A Mr. Hyde leg, is that?
And an arm.
Yeah, Hyde arm.
But look, I've got a leg and an arm. I always have a leg and an arm. What's going on?
That's the trisentinel, isn't it?
Yep, I've always got a leg and an arm. I can't find the glasses. They're in here somewhere. But they are just they're just up here. They are.
They look quite oversized.
They're just plain. Yeah.
Yeah. Plain nerdy Parker glasses, aren't they?
But they're also coloured in, so you can't see through them. So I just decided, and you can see there the clips where they go into his head.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted my one to not have glasses.
I would do the same.
Most of the time that I read comics, Peter Parker wasn't wearing glasses.
Yeah, absolutely. I would do the same. Exactly. Glasses off, Parker.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Your turn.
Right. Well, I'll stick to the theme of an older figure, but there's a reason why I got it. So I tracked down a Sentry, which I had the 2006 Toy Biz one, which is okay, but again, it didn't look as muscly and powerful as it should be. So Bob Reynolds' a Sentry. So I tracked the Sentry down, but I went to Cosmic Capes and got a new cape because the one that wired, the one that came with him. It's great in terms of the look. So it's got the ripple that runs through it and the float, but it's really thin.
Yeah.
and the Sentry is very much a big billowy cape, sort of, because I want to do shots of him with the sun in the background, ambient sun music for anyone that wants to go and sun that down. Of course, on YouTube. But this one is awesome. So really big, bulky body, but the cape. I was a bit worried about the blue, but it works. It works really well with it, and a wired cape. So when it gets really good, sort of flowing, sort of flowing in front of the sun, do some backdrop figures. So that's what I got. And he was going for a really good price, which was surprised because over the lockdown last year, this figure was going at sort of 50, 60 quid. I was like, come on, man. And I got it boxed at 22. So I was like,
nice.
am I reading that right? So I was like, well, I'm getting
Brilliant.
that straight away. So I was happy with that. So and again, and what was great, the seller, he put in the information, I'm selling to collectors. It's from a pet-free, smoke-free house. It's been kept in the box. So I was like, well, job done, perfect. So it was ideal. So yeah, so again, not spectacular in terms of it's not a new figure I wanted to showcase, but it's more about the cape that came with it. So one that I wanted for my set. So again, it's one of those ones. It's a classic comic character that I wanted, and that's why I got it.
And you've got a very nice price too. So
happy with that. Happy with that.
So my next one, keeping in with the older Spider-Man does whatever Spider can theme, the old Gwen Stacy.
So good. I love Gwen Stacy.
Now, this figure is just Moira McTaggart's body. Well, Moira McTaggart is this figure. The only thing that I wish that they would have done with this, because it came with a separate Mary Jane head, which is brilliant, by the way. Let me show you that. So most people have seen it already, but I'll put it up. So that's the Mary Jane head. I think that's a really good one. Yeah.
Oh, is it wrong that I fancy an action figure?
So that one, you see. So have you got Moira McTaggart?
No, I didn't get it. I wish I did, but I didn't get it.
So that figure being the same as this, the jacket, the rubber piece of the jacket here.
Yeah.
The Moira McTaggart has separate arms, but you pop these off. You put the other arms on,
okay.
so she comes in her lab coat, so she's got lab coat arms. It's the same figure, slightly different jacket.
Yeah.
And so when you put into her pink sweater and skirt look, which is how I have her, you just pop the arms off, take this jacket off, and then you've got sweater arms. So it's the same sweater as this, right? I would have liked to have that, because if you're giving me another head, this is Gwen Stacy, right?
That is exactly it for Mary Jane. Exactly. She would just have the black top. That is perfect for Mary Jane then. Yeah, exactly.
I did have to edit this figure as well for myself. So when you get the figure, her skirt has a split on this side, right? So legs can move. Yeah. Well, if you're putting her in poses like where she's holding on to Spider-Man, or you want her
need to move the legs.
Swinging. Yeah. This leg did not have a split, so I made one so that she could move. Because now she can do that. Whereas before, and to be fair,
the coat covers that nicely. Yeah. That's good.
So before I would not be able to put that leg forward. It actually restricts one of the legs completely, so that it doesn't move. Now, Moira McTaggart's like that, but as I said, I'm using her as Betty Brant. She's not really going to be in many running poses. Like Gwen, you might have her running, like trying to escape from something.
You definitely would for Gwen.
You want some action poses for her, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I edited that one. The only thing with this that's annoying, I really wanted to do a picture with her and Spidey, like sitting on a rooftop. But the coat, for one, stops her sitting, and even if you did that, the skirt stops her sitting. So I'm kind of like, and remember the beloved Boba Fett that I have?
Yeah.
His cape is much thinner than this and this. I'd like to see that kind of material used on it, because I think you'll be able to bend it.
It's the Death Dealer syndrome, isn't it? Which we talked about on our last episode. It's that tunic for the characters that need to bend and move or sit. You can't. We talked about it with Doom as well, actually, didn't we? With the Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
You can't sit on a throne.
Yeah. Well, we just talked about that privately on chat, but I mean, it's difficult because. Obviously they've designed the character to have a particular look. She comes with a a book. I've got it around here. So a little red book in a folder, you know, like from high school.
Yeah.
It's like a yearbook, I think it is. But yeah, I mean, they probably expect her to just be in sort of like standing poses and that. But I kind of look at it and I go, you know, I'd done a photo online of Spider-Man versus Doc Ock. I did that little thing I put together.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
they're on top of the building, and I had that Manhattan background at sunset behind them. And I just kind of thought, oh yeah, like have Gwen and Spidey just sort of sitting, because I've got the one with the lifted mask, just sitting on a rooftop in the sunset would be really cool. But I couldn't put that together because of the lack of maneuverability of the figure.
That's a shame.
However, it's a nice figure. She looks great. The face is good.
She does. It's a great Gwen Stacy. You know, classic Gwen Stacy look.
I like it very.
And that's the thing, is a classic archetypal Gwen Stacy look, which is a bit of a shame that you can't edit the body out with the Mary Jane.
Well, yeah, because they gave you Mary Jane, you know. But yeah, she goes great to Pete.
Perfect.
But yeah, so now I'm on the hunt for a body for Mary Jane now, because I'm kind of like, I want to use that head. It's such a nice head. I'd like to put it on something. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use, so I have to look around and see what I can find. So if you see anything that you think would work, go, hey, look, buy this cheap.
I will. Get this figure. Get this for Mary Jane. I will. Yeah. I will, definitely. Good figure. That's a good little Daily Bugle Peter Parker backstory going on there with that set.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it. We've got wow. I'll double up here. So again, not completely new, and I've not even unboxed them yet. The two Black Widows, both the movie versions. Slightly different. The faces are different.
So I have that white one.
Yeah. So this is the what she'll wear at some point in the movie, seen for the trailers. The artwork is amazing on this box. Absolutely love it. The hair cool. And the red, it's really cool, and it plays off perfectly with the one here as well on the white. So really super pleased with those. So I'm going to wait and unbox them because. Again, shame don't keep dropping his name into our show, but our friend, the Cardboard King, Colin Coftree, picked us up from the shops the other week. He picked up you and Mysterio.
Yeah.
And he picked me up a Taskmaster, which was on sale, which I wasn't going to get originally, but it was on sale. And then I got these two. I was meant to get it off him last week, but illness, didn't get it.
Yeah.
So when I get that Taskmaster, I'll unbox the three of them together, because I could get. So I want to do a little video.
It's the movie
more
one,
about
isn't it?
So I want to talk about the movie. I want to talk about the movie coming out as well, which will just be a shameless chase for views and likes on a movie episode. But I'll unbox them all on the same one, so I'm going to hang on with those. But it looks great. There's a hell of a lot of accessories with the white suit.
The white one, she has loads of explosions. I've got them all down here, and she comes with the flight stand, which looks like this. Just like that.
Oh, that's a great stand.
Yeah.
That's a great stand.
Positions. So it's pretty good. And I used that for one of my pictures. You saw it the other day.
Yeah.
I think that was the Spidey and Gwen one, actually.
You did, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna do some falling through the air fighting Taskmaster, like we've seen in trailers so far. So bit of that going on. Chemical factory, ambient background. That's the one that will.
I think that will
work for that.
Yeah.
I've mapped it all out. So there you go. That was my little 2 for the price of 1 there. Or I wish it was 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah. Well, imagine. How much did you get the white one for, by the way?
That was down to $24.99.
Oh, I got 14.
Did you? No. It said $29.99 down to $22.99. Yeah, $24.99.
So I got that one and the grey Black Widow with the short hair.
Deadly Origins,
So the grey one I got for £10. I got her 14. Both were from the Entertainer, I think.
That is a bargain. Entertainer, yeah. That was Cards and Games UK. That was one.
Right.
They got me then. So I saw the reduced price and I was like, yay! That obviously wasn't.
Well, I mean, I think that it was at that price at a few places, and then it's gone back up again. Obviously, the movie's coming soon, so
yeah, true.
You know. Okay, well, as you mentioned it, our friend Colin Coftree, Cardboard Colin, who I think we'll get him to come on to one of these shows soon, because we've managed to get him collecting the Black series.
Yeah,
so I'm
he's all
trying to
over
get
it,
him
isn't he?
to collect other stuff, but we're going to let him reach his point where he's got all the ones that he wants on the Black series, and then he'll have this hollow feeling in his life.
He will. He'll need to
Right?
start spending all his money on other toys.
And then we'll say, well, what about getting some Marvel Legends, or and so then we'll get him, right?
Well, his journey will be complete.
He's not going to watch. He doesn't know what we're saying. But yeah, so he picked me up this. He was in London, sent us a nice photo of this Forbidden Planet, like floor to ceiling Marvel Legends figures, and I was like, no, it's cool. And then I was like, oh, hold on a minute. Yeah,
that's right.
Mysterio, yeah, I have him. So there, I've got him in the same pose it is on the front of the box.
Perfect.
Nice figure. You've got this one, don't you?
I've got two. I've got one unboxed complete. I've got one still in the box packet on the cardboard, and one that I've done a bit of posing around with.
So green head on this one. I think there's a white head version as well, isn't there?
Yes, there was. Yeah.
So yeah, the only thing I find is that the cape, this peg is rubber, so it doesn't really stay in very well.
No, it sits a little bit too high,
and it bends and stuff like that. But nice looking figure. I'm looking forward to doing. There's an idea I've got for a picture I want to do with him, and it's going to include the pizza Spider-Man, who I've got in a pose right now, which you'll see in a minute. Which is going to be connected to Mysterio. So I just put these smoke effects around his feet at the moment. But yeah, he's pretty good, and I like this.
Yeah,
it's very
he's
nice.
epic. Yeah, I did some shots with him.
Great, actually.
It's amazing. It's really good, and you get the hands, even with the boxed on the box gloves. You can get the hands. Wow, you're demonstrating there way better than I can. Anyway, really good on that. And the simplicity of the suit, like you say, you've got him bent over there. You really get the definition of the pose.
Yeah. On
that one, because it's such a simple sort of spandexy costume as well. So yeah, I did a couple of him with all three of my Spider-Mans that I had at the time, and I put some cotton wool around the smoke on his feet as well.
Yeah.
And then I played the movie on my TV in the background, and when he was freaking him out with his illusion tech in Berlin.
That picture you used there, I want to actually use that on my one, because it works perfectly, because you've got loads of them, right? Yeah.
There's loads of them. I know it's the movie costume, and that's not, but it just works perfectly.
It does.
You get the sense of it with that. Yeah, that's a really cool figure. Yeah.
So I think so good of him to get that for us, because he's like, guys, want anything? I was like, and he forgot to send it. We're like, huh? What? Yeah,
we sent him back, didn't we? He'd already left the shop, and then we were both like, "Was that Stevie?" I was like, "Is that Taskmaster on sale? Get it." So yeah, we sent him back to the shop, which was good. So yeah, I'll stick. Well, I've got another unboxed one. You will freak out again. I've still not unboxed Nova.
Oh, okay.
I've not had time.
Well, we might as well double up on this.
Double up. See, it looks awesome. It's really good pose with him. I am going to unbox him, but again, shameless content. I'm going to unbox him and then video it and then unbox him with it. And this was one we were desperate to get this.
This one, it is quite a nice figure. Initially, I was kind of like, when I got him, but it is quite a nice figure to get into poses. And
looks
stuff.
good. Looks good, yeah. And I want to put with you. I've got two Silver Surfers, and I've got a Cosmic Ghost Rider, and a Watcher, and a Galactus. So I've got quite a nice set of Cosmic and Beta Ray Bill and Jane Foster Thor, and so I've got quite a nice little set of Cosmics to put in with. Yeah, I love it. That's a classic Nova Comics pose. Very good.
There you go.
Very good. You said the flight stand's not that good though.
No, the flight stand's terrible. It's I don't even know where mine is. It's just a little plastic.
Just a pole, it looks like. Yeah.
It bends. So you put him on it, and it bends. You're like, oh, that. And the base is too small, so it doesn't even hold his weight. It'll just topple over. So it's a bit of a pointless.
Yeah, I've got way better stands.
I think I put it in a box somewhere. But yeah, you want to have the metal stands if possible, or you could use the one that came with Black Widow, for example. You could use
Yes,
yeah. He can do some great like injured poses as well. Because he's very articulated, this one. He's got a lot of, he can bend over
Oh,
quite
that's
a lot.
good.
So I kind of had him in some they've been injured, like he's standing like he's just been hit in the stomach.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's very unusual to get their hands so close into the stomachs like that.
Yeah. It's quite a good one. So yeah, it is quite a nice figure, this Nova one. I mean, I think you were a bit more excited about it than I was.
Yeah, it just takes me back because I like the Sam Alexander character in the comics, but he's and the cartoons on TV. But he's obviously set for a slightly younger audience. He's in with the champions, with your Miles Morales and Kamala Khan, that sort of thing. So this is the classic comic Richard Rider, which I wanted, and that is exactly the pose. That is exactly the sort of thing. There's that pose, and then there's the arms. Like you've got on the
packaging
arms front. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to.
Comes with two sets of hands, chopping hands and punching hands.
Perfect for flight mode as well.
Yeah, at the moment I did have just fists before, but I changed it to one of each this time, just so I could do a couple of
That's good. Yeah.
Poses, yeah.
Ideal.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. I paid slightly over the odds for that because it was sold out.
Me too, man. And then it came back. I was a little bit pissed off.
I know, me too, man.
And I think that's what tainted the figure for me a little bit, because it is a nice figure, but when you pay a bit more, you're like, I want it to be extra nice. It should be extra good.
Yeah.
So but it's good. You can get him into some good poses. His head looks down and up really well, like all the way.
That's good.
Good articulation of figure. It is nice, and it's really good posing. The colours look good, and they look great in shots as well. So it's
awesome.
Nice one. Yeah,
good. Look forward to getting that bad boy out of the box.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy posing that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through the Marvel Legends. I've got a few other figures as well, but I'm gonna continue my Marvel Legends first. So I will go this time with this one. This is an old one, of course. This is the pizza Spiderman.
Spidey. That's so good, man. Yeah.
He's in a.
That's a great pose to get, man.
For when Mysterio is messing with his mind.
That's brilliant, man. That's a great pose to get, man.
Yeah. So So I bought this one for these hands.
Yes.
But they don't fit.
Should be standard.
They don't fit. So it turns out the ones I need are the 2-pack Spider-Man and Mary Jane Spider-Man. And I found him on eBay, so I've just put in an order for one of those.
Oh, yeah.
So
cool.
It's £17.
That's good.
Again, I think this could be a fake, this one. I'm not sure.
Right.
I mean, it looks great. The torso is a little bit wobbly. Yeah.
Love the eyes, though.
Yeah,
they're like the big.
Yeah, I like the big eyes as well. And he comes with the second head, which is actually on my retro at the moment, which is like that. He's got the
with the mask up.
Yeah,
brilliant. That's good.
So yeah, that's on my retro. So what I was going to do, and I'm going to cut off something else here. So in The Mandalorian, have you watched all of The Mandalorian?
Oh, The Mandalorian, yeah.
So the episode with Bill Burr where they're in the Imperial canteen, and then he shoots the officer, and then it's the shore trooper he's just getting his lunch, and he kind of stands and he's like, you can tell he's just like, I'm just getting my lunch, and they shoot him, right? So I've got one, so I made a tray and a cup for him. And so what I'm going to do now is, in the background of all my pictures, I'm going to have him there. So when I do the Mysterio one, I was going to have him in the background like that, with Spider-Man's head on his tray.
That's awesome.
I was just like, I'm just going to put him in the background of all my pictures and see who gets it. People like, yeah, that guy's there. And I did him, because I had one that I posted. It was like Spider-Man and Mary Jane like hugging. And I just had him in the background, and I was like, I'm just going to have him peeping out in the background everywhere. So
he was just in enough focus to know what was going on.
So yeah, I like this one. It's very poseable. This is obviously going to be the body we get for the Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, I think that's great.
No boot swivel there, but the posability on it's great. The articulation on his, you know,
That's
torso
better
is really
posability
good.
than the. I think that's better posability than this one.
In some ways,
Looks like from
in
there.
some ways. Yeah, I mean, so he's quite good. I like this figure a lot. I like the colours of it. As I say, I don't know if this is a fake or not, but if it is a fake, it's a really good fake.
One.
So I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me one bit. Although it has got like I don't know. I think it might be a real one, but I can't tell. And that's the thing. If I can't tell, I'm cool with it.
Exactly.
It hasn't fallen apart. The only issue I have is that he's a little bit loose here, but that can be fixed. So yeah, it's a nice figure, and
it's a really good one. That's a great pose as well.
Going to be used in quite a lot of shots.
Yeah, there's a really good pose on that one as well. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Spidey villains then. So I showed the Speed Demon earlier. It came in a pack. So I got Speed Demon, an old Hobgoblin, but it wasn't. It was like a demo Goblin one, which was rubbish. I didn't want. And then the Rhino.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Wow, it's brilliant. Love it. One thing which is a shame though, and I did it accidentally, and this is an older figure, so it's fair enough, is when I put his arm up, I wanted his arm up I was doing some shots of him fighting Spider-Man, is the shoulder pad broke off.
Has it broken? Like,
no, it goes back on. They fix it back on. It's a bit of a pain to fix back on. It does go back on. But actually, I prefer it without
them. Yeah.
So I'm going to take the other one off and then just tidy up. You can see where the glue was around. I'm just going to tidy up. Yeah. Tidy up around it. And then that's more comic accurate without the shoulder pads to me. Yeah. So and it's great, and you can really get the legs into some good. So I had him like charging forward with his arm up and head down, getting into charge mode. I've done some. I was dangling Retro Spidey above him in sort of arms out pose. So with my warehouse shot in the background.
Yeah.
So
ambient warehouse music.
So I've got a few of those to go. He's got a really good face on him. Really
is that the last time they did Rhino? That one?
No, there was one on the there was a builder figure.
I thought it was a builder figure,
about 6 years ago. But I think I might be making this up, but on the retro box, like, this Spidey came on, your Mysterio, I know there's a Kingpin. I think in the wave before that there was a Rhino as well.
Ah, okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But that one is from 2010. That one, and it's a bit loose, but actually that's even better, because I can really bend that one and really manipulate that one into some sort of really crouched down charging poses. So I'm going to pull that other shoulder pad off, and then I've got a really cool Rhino there.
So I'm out of luck for another Rhino coming anytime soon then, probably.
Looks like it, I think. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised.
Hey, same with Black Cat. I'd really like to get Black Cat, but I don't think there's going to be one for a long time now.
No, and again, I completely forgot. We were talking about.
I like your one. That's a cool one.
I really pleased. Yeah,
I think I prefer this one because this one has the fur around the collar and the other one doesn't. And to me, she looks like this. In my mind, if I imagine Black Cat, this is how she looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want this version.
And I put her with my black costume Spider-Man as well, which worked well. Only problem is I was doing some poses the other day and I didn't realise I'd popped her head off because the hair doesn't move, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I tilted it, and there you go. So, but again, it's not broken. It's just easy to put back on. I just put back off. But it is a very cool. Yeah, she's a very, very cool, sexy Black Cat. But so I'm now up to. I've got 8 of a Sinister 6 now. So I've got a good Spidey Rogue Gallery now. So that's all good. So that's,
your Rogue Gallery's building up for him, aren't they?
Yeah, including the Green Goblin. I've got about 9 different Spider-Man villains now.
I have a Green Goblin. I do have one. But, I've just noticed my Doctor Doom's fallen over on some ninjas. That's not good. But
it's killed him, obviously, because Doom wins.
Obviously. But I am thinking that I would like to, if I can, get hold of that Green Goblin that just came out, because obviously it's got the Norman Osborn head with it.
Yeah.
And my old one's a Toy Biz one. Bit of an older figure,
That one there.
Is this the new one?
This is the new one, yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to get my hands on that one, I think.
Yeah, it's really good. It's very good.
I have
Yeah, it's got
Electro on
the
order at the moment, but he's not going to come
okay.
until Tuesday. I thought he was going to come yesterday, but
Yeah, I've got to say it was
unfortunately
on
not.
somewhere. Hidden in my box somewhere. Got Electro, yeah, somewhere in there. So I've got good Electro, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Speed Demon. I also got it's just a bit Boomerang as
Oh
well.
yeah, cool.
With a full set of Boomerang.
Boomerang.
Yeah, Rhino, Electro. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing all right with Spider-Man.
You've got a bit of I've got a bad guy that I picked up today. Obviously, it's a Into the Spider-Verse version, but Prowler.
So
I've
cool,
not
yeah.
unboxed him yet because I haven't had time. But there he is.
Yeah.
So,
My boys were playing with that Prowler in the bath last night, which freaked me out.
Brilliant. Oh, your one.
But I did give it to them. To be fair, I wanted the Stilt Man Build-A-Figure.
Right.
I was desperate for a Stilt Man Build-A-Figure, so I just thought, fuck it. So I bought the whole wave, and I did plan to give the boys. I've kept the Hand Ninja and Frogman.
Yeah.
Because Frogman goes also very quirky from the mid-80s comics with the black suit Spider-Man. So he goes. So I'm going to do some scenes with Spider-Man, chasing him down to stop him from getting into trouble with some villains. So I did give them. I did say I would give them that set because they love Miles Morales account, so they love that movie. So I did say give them to them. A little bit of regret when I handed them over to them, but I'd committed to giving them the figures.
Yeah.
And so they're theirs, and they love them, and they play them all the time. So it's, they're doing what they should do with them. They're enjoying them.
Yeah.
They're having great fun. But they were in the bath last night, and I sort of walked in, and I was like,
why is he in the bath?
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's not my figure. I gave it to them. Don't freak out.
But it's still hers, right?
As soon as I could get it away from them, I was like, do you want me to I'll dry them while you brush your teeth and I'll dry them. And I was quickly taking them off, patting them down, worse than you would with your own baby, patting them down and getting them, you okay?
I totally get it, dude. I totally get it. So going off topic from Marvel Legends a little bit, but, my daughter she's about to be 3. And obviously I want her to like stuff like this too. So when I'm working, she might pop in here from time to time and want to she'll go, can we play with toys? She comes and she goes, what action figures have we got? So I'm like, okay. So I thought, you know what? She grabs my old, right. So she grabs my old, the one she was playing with the other day. She was playing with my old Venom and, my old Wolverine and Daredevil that's all limp. Which the old Toy Biz ones, I don't really want to pull them apart and that. And she's not bad with them, but she has a habit of kind of getting the legs and going like that. I'm like, careful. I'm like, you have to be very careful with these, right? So I was going to give her my old Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. He's still on the shelf there, but I wanted extra heads, so I bought a couple of Power Rangers. Right?
Yeah, I thought they posed really well.
Lovely figures. These are great. But I only wanted heads, so I thought, you know what? I'll give these to Power Rangers. Should probably be able to see them on TV and stuff. And it's kind of almost like a gateway into
starter definitely.
Yeah. She doesn't seem that interested. She only wants to play with these things in here with me when I'm in here. But when I give them to her, they kind of
not interested otherwise.
And then her cousins were coming round, and they break all her toys. So I quickly went in and grabbed these back and put them back in my room because they're great for posing, these ones. So you can get them in some good fighting poses and that. Not that I'm a Power Rangers guy, but they're lovely figures. And I just thought to myself, well, she can play with these. She won't know the difference between these and the Marvel Legends or anything to her. They're just superhero characters. So
absolutely. Bright and colourful.
I'm struggling to get the interest. So
she's got time. Time's on her side.
Okay, on my side.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be fun. You've got plenty of years of excuses of why you're going to toy shops ahead of you.
But, those Power Rangers figures, I got them for £8 each.
Well, that's good.
So I thought I might as well have them.
And I saw the shots you put on. They pose really well.
Yeah, Power Rangers. They came with a couple of heads. One was that.
Oh, bystander heads. There you go.
Right. And one was that guy. Who initially, before I took the glasses off, I wondered if he could be an alternate, another version of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But the head, if you see,
a bit bulky, a bit chunky.
Smaller.
Oh, smaller. Do you know what? It looks wider. It is wider, but it looks.
And he's got an earring.
That's small.
He's got an earring as well, and he looks a bit of a bruiser. So I thought, you know what? No, bystander. He's going to be a bystander.
It'd be Peter C. Parker.
Yeah.
It's got Peter B.
Yeah. So what else have you got?
So I've got since we last spoke, I've got Reed Richards.
Oh yeah.
So I've just put the one hand.
Oh yes, I remember when you picked him up.
Yeah,
I was a little bit jealous of that.
Yeah, I was surprised to get him so cheap as well. So he was £10, so I was like bargain. So he's really good. I've just been doing some Doctor Doom.
Oh, the fingers
stuff with
bendy.
him. Yeah, they are very
Cool.
bendy, very flexible. So it's great. So I was doing some Doom no and someone, but yeah, very good. So I got him with the Thing, and I put them with the She-Hulk from the same wave as well. Which I'm not that keen on that figure, but she goes quite well with these in a set. So
is that the new She-Hulk?
It's not the really bright green one. It's the one that was from 2 years, the one from this wave with the Super Scroll.
Right. Okay.
So she's almost like a sort of grey.
Better than my one. Oh, the grey one. The grey one. The new green one's just a repaint of that grey one, right?
It's just a total repaint. I'm a bit disappointed because I really want her. Well, I want. Yeah,
better than my
amazing.
One. Yeah, but look at the big smile on her face.
The smile is wrong. The figure is great. The costume is great.
Yeah.
But the smile is wrong.
It's
you
like
don't want the smile.
You've just got a smiley face all the time.
Yeah, you don't want the smiley, right? It makes it, you have to do shots where they sort of turn the head to the side.
You got to avoid the face, yeah.
Yeah. I really want She-Hulk in the Fantastic Four costume from when she was done with it. But yeah, it was great. But lots of movement.
They're going on a bit of a Fantastic Four run soon, so you never know. You never know. You'll get Spiderman with a paper bag over his head.
Yeah. What a great wave that would be, because they dropped the HasLab tease months and months and months ago, didn't they? Which I think is going to be it sounds like it's going to be the Fantastic Car, which I guess is still coming at some point. But
yeah, I think so.
With a retro wave. So yeah, but yeah,
and I want those retro versions, man.
Oh,
and that's what stopped me, because these ones, I've seen them around, and I'm like, you know what? I want that blue and white, man. I want that blue and white.
Yeah. I mean,
the moment I buy those, they will announce them.
Probably, exactly. That's what happened. Yeah, and I wouldn't have got them if it wasn't £10, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I thought I've got a couple of Doctor Dooms, and he's a good one to put with him. And then equally, I'm building a bit of an Illuminati now, because I've got Reed, I've got Tony Stark, I've got Doctor Strange, I've got Namor, Submariner. I don't have a Black Bolt, and I've got Black Panther. So there's only one I'm missing for the set. So I've got a bit of an Illuminati building as well, so then I can do some cool shots for them. But yeah,
what ambient music will you use for this?
I will put I'll do it on the moon, and then it'll be in Atalan, home of the Inhumans. Or I'll do a castle, some castle, something like that. So there'll be some on there.
Oh, dude, we are like, we've been talking for a long time. We've still got loads to get through.
We've got loads of figures to go through.
So let's speed it up a little bit. One that we both got, we got our retro Spider-Man.
We did
now,
get him.
I've got a different head on mine. That's the correct head. That's the Ditko head. And then the one I had in the Stormtroopers tray was the other head. Nice figure. Mine's a little bit loose on the old butterfly joints. That's a bit of a nuisance. Pose is great. This one is the one that everyone goes on about as being the greatest Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure. It is a lovely figure. It can get in some really good poses. I'll put some webbing with him. I've got different webbing I made.
Awesome.
This is just the one that I have as a swinging one sometimes, but it's not the one that's got all the messy webbing around it. But yeah, it's good. The only downside with this one, I would say, is the lack of the crawling hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, at the moment I've got him in that, because this was when I wanted to have him sat on a roof,
down. Yeah. Do you know what? I think if you've got the crawling hand, you've got the perfect figure.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Probably the greatest figure.
Yeah, put the crawling hands on that, and that would be an amazing Spider-Man.
I see what you've done there.
So, and yeah, how have you been liking it? Because we both paid a bit for this, didn't we?
Not half. But I'm absolutely getting my money's worth with it. I've got shots of him just swinging on his own through New York skyscrapers, fighting Rhino, fighting Speed Demon, fighting Juggernaut, fighting Vulture, fighting Mysterio. And I've still got to do some. I'm going to do some shots with Doctor Octopus and the Beetle, and I'm going to do a whole Sinister Six montage together and do the like done, have him trapped down on the ground. I found the really cool. It's in the boys' playset the other day. Some chains,
Oh, nice.
which are perfect. So they're like giant paper clips. They're not chained together, so they will do perfect to fit around him and have him chained up.
Excellent.
With the Sinister Six around him. So
that'd be good.
Yeah, so I'm just loving him. There's so
Ambient
much with him
Sinister
at the
Six.
moment. Ambient Sinister Six, ambient warehouse or ambient New York street scenes. So I've been doing the Juggernaut I've done with a New York at night along the city streets with people sort of in the background. So it looks like they're fighting in the middle of the street with him. But yeah, I've had him like kicking boomerang and arms,
and that's it. And he gets into all
back.
of those great poses. You get those nice high, because he's actually got a GI Joe thing. He's got the drop downs on his hips.
Yes, on the hips.
That's why you can get him into those nice.
Yeah.
Look, that's how Shang-Chi should be able to kick.
Oh, right? Absolutely. And that's the thing, because this is clever action figure design on this one, because you know the character you're making here. You know what you want to get him, one leg up in the air as he web swings along and out at an angle, and that's exactly what you want from him. And yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
So yeah, very
really
happy.
Him.
That's probably the most expensive Marvel Legend that I bought. £40.
I wish I could say the same, but yeah.
It's only because it was this guy. It's only because it's this, and this is my second one. I've got one in a packet, but I want
same here.
So
same
that's
here.
why
Absolutely.
that much.
Well worth it.
I did have a bit of luck with Amazon. Amazon came through, and so I got my Black Series Greedo.
Nice.
Who will be staying in his packet.
Yeah.
Because this is the same packaging from the original figure that I never got as a kid. They kind of cheapened out on the costume. This is just the same costume as the standard version.
Is it?
Painted without a jacket, but this is not the costume that the original figure had. The original figure had boots. So the colour of his shoes, high boots.
Yeah, of course it did.
And they could have done that because there's plenty of bodies that they could have used instead. I like it. I still like it. It looks nice on my shelf. If I could have got two, I would have put him. I'd have one out. But you know what? I'm just going to keep him up there on the shelf in this. Greedo. I like Greedo as a character. I know he's only in it for a few minutes and he dies, but I always like Greedo. I like how he looks.
He's a great character.
I
love the figure. Yeah, I love his voice. Yeah, That's it. Yeah, you do it way better. That's good. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Do you get anything else?
So then I've had for a while, but I've unboxed him now. This is Iron Man was from the same, and this cap were from the retro boxed cardboard vintage set from a couple of years ago. So I thought I wanted the caps. I've got the boxed 80th anniversary, and I'm not opening it. So I wanted one. So this Iron Man was the Iron Man that took over after the Silver Centurion armor that he built after the Armor Wars. So issue 231, 232. And it's really cool because the flaps lift up on the sleeves.
Nice.
So you can get some good motion, good ab crunches on him, twists well, and it's very comic. It's not the best armor, but it's very comic accurate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So absolute on hinges. Good twist turn in the head. Again, it's not the best, designed amazing figure, but in terms of it followed on with the, just can't find it somewhere now. The Silver Centurion.
Goes with them.
It goes with the Silver Centurion. Still got bottom flags up there. It goes well with him in there, and equally, it obviously goes with our. One of our all-timers as well.
You must be getting to a point where you've got enough Iron Man that you can actually do like a whole set of armor around
That's
Tony
what I'm
Stark.
looking at next. That's what I'm looking at. I've got about six Iron Mans now, and I've got the stealth Iron Man on the way. as well.
That counts, yeah.
So yes, I've got a few Iron Mans on the way, and then I've got a couple of I've got the Endgame one, and I've got 2 War Machines as well. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm getting some good suits.
War Machine, I wouldn't mind War Machine, but I think that's always going to be a bit more expensive characters, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, the deluxe is still holding its price at about 30 quid. It was in the same type of box as Black Widow was, but still holding its price at 30 quid. And again, I love it. I really want it. But this is what I'm getting into that view now. I've got 2 War Machines.
Yeah.
So I don't need another War Machine.
30 is not bad for deluxe because of all the extras that it comes with. So, you know, I mean, with that, I'm like, because War Machine, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he has loads of extra bits with him.
He does.
Quite a big figure.
It is.
So, you know, that price works. When I look at, say, the retro Spiderman, I'm like, it really is. As much as it's a nice figure, it's just guy in spandex. Like, you know, there's no extraness about it.
No. And that War Machine fits perfectly with my comic book set that I'm getting. So it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Watch this space.
It will happen. Right, so one of I got is a Black Series Asajj Ventress. There she is.
Nice.
This was a figure that I like the character, Asajj Ventress. I always thought she was quite cool. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll buy her. Soft
I love the handles on it. Soft good, brilliant.
So that's good. These are dark grey legs, I believe.
Okay.
But then this bit's rubber. So, and it's longer than her. So
how annoying.
Standing, you bend it out a bit. It's a nice enough figure. The Black Series, single elbow joints, not any kind of articulation here. Solid body, can not move very. She turns. That's about it. Doesn't move. You know, very minimal. And then she's got a double. Has she got doubles? No, she's single.
No, single.
So you know, not the greatest figure.
Nice looking figure.
Looks nice
and great with soft material as well. Yeah,
and I really just wanted her because how she looks, and you know, she'll just be standing there on my shelf. She won't be doing very much, but I just, it was one of those ones that I ordered. It was on pre-order, and then I was starting to get quite a lot of my figures coming in, and then I saw that she was there. I was like, oh, should I cancel it? Should I? And I thought, you know what, screw it, I'll keep her because but
it's a good pose to have it on the shelf. It's a good pose.
I'll unpose her now. I'll repose her later tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow.
Oh man, no way.
Yeah,
no way.
Anything else for you?
I think that's my full set. I've shown Boomerang already. That is my full since we last. There's probably a couple I've missed, no doubt. I think that's my last one since I've obviously spent a fortune. I bought the Serta Infinity Saga Serta.
Yeah,
that's on pre-order. I've got with the Miles Begawahara 2099 on pre-order, and about a dozen others that are all going to drop imminently in the next few weeks and months.
Yeah, October's going to be bad for me. I know that much. And I've got a few on for. I've still got those G.I. Joes.
I want to see G.I. Joes. I've been looking forward to seeing these two.
Got Firefly first, right? So the Firefly comes with this bomb disposal unit jacket, which I did not like or want.
No.
So I had to heat him up and pop his arms off and his legs off to get that off. The legs came quite easy. Annoyingly though, when I was doing it, my hand slipped, right, and the arm was all hot, so the plastic was on soft, and I yanked his elbow and it kind of like stretched me. I was like, oh god, no, and then it kind of just went back.
Oh no.
So luckily it kind of fixed itself. But that was a bit annoying. Figure-wise, so this one now I put Winter Soldier's harness and belt on him. Yeah. That works better for me as Firefly than.
What have they done with his face? What on his mask? Was that
on his
that
mask?
Camouflage pattern? Just trying to set on the light.
Yeah, so on this version, they haven't got it everywhere. They've just got like little bits of camo on there. But what I like about the Joes, I mean, obviously he comes with a Nerf gun, as they all do. But one of the good things they do is they've been doing this thing where all of their accessories fit on the character. So you've got a backpack goes in the back.
Nice.
The controller for the drone goes inside the backpack.
Oh, excellent.
The drone is here. That clips on top, and then that transports.
I love these Joe figures.
So
I see how I
drone.
could so get into these Joe figures.
And he's got his dynamite, which that's on pretty stiff, but there's his dynamite there.
Oh,
So that all clips on. You can see.
beautiful.
So it all clips on. It only goes one way, so that it's on his.
Yeah. Excellent. That's so good. Accessories, brilliant.
Yeah, the accessories are good, and the way that they all fit together is really good. So then there you go. The drone just slots in there, and then it folds down, so that when you put that on him, he has his.
Awesome. And that's so good.
Really nice figure, Firefly. And also he has obviously goggles.
Yeah.
With a thing for controlling his drone. They should have just really thought a bit more about the look, because as we said before, he's a saboteur. He's not a bomb disposal guy. He's a guy that sneaks in and he plants bombs. That's what he does. So this is one of those figures that a lot of people are after, and he's quite hard to get nowadays. So obviously having to take him apart to take his jacket off is not ideal.
Yeah.
Now, with Winter Soldier's harness, again, you have to take an arm off to put it over. But his belt, it's got a little popper in there, so you can just clip it on.
Ah, cool.
Now, why can't they do something like that with a jacket like this?
Yeah.
Because Flint has the same issue, and it's just one of those. I'm like, look, people want to change things up a little bit. Also, a lot of these jackets hinder the articulation of the figure. Like, he couldn't move his body while that was on there, right? Now, I think his body is just Beachhead's body.
Yeah.
Beachhead also has a jacket, so he can't move. Put poppers on there, man. Let these come off. You have to damage your figure to get this off. It's a solid piece, and it's thick rubber as well.
It's not good,
So
is it?
It's
not even a good look, is it?
For me, it just didn't work, and I was like, no. And I said ages ago, as soon as I get this, I'm taking it off. So
take it off. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
With him, right? Flint. And let me take his accessories, because I've given Lady J his gun. So, as you do. So here's Flint. All right. Now this is a great figure. I really like the look of this figure.
That's so good.
So he comes with, again, he's got this. So articulation wise, he can't move. But this is like Duke's shirt underneath, so we know he can pose. I wish you could take this off, this body armor.
Oh, it's fixed.
Cool. It looks cool. It does look like it's body armor.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily want him to have it on all the time. It has this on the back here, so that you could put his shotgun in there. That's held in.
Love it.
Got a holster there on his hip for his pistol.
I love these. I love these Joe figures.
They are lovely. They feel great in hand. Also, of course, his beret comes off.
Yeah, I saw the pictures today. I was looking through the different types. That's excellent. That's really good.
And that holds in perfectly. So you can see his haircut. He's got this sort of shave. Yeah.
Man, that's so good.
That hair
fits
perfectly to hold the beret in place.
Oh man!
So it doesn't come off.
Awesome.
Drop down hips, all the doubles. And good articulation in his head. My one, there you look all the way up. My one, I had to heat the neck up. So the necks on the Joes are doubles. So you got the neck moves and then the head moves.
And then the head moves.
But mine had kind of fused sideways. So he had a sideways neck and his head was like that. So I had to just get the blow dryer onto that and warm it up and let it move. But it's a lovely figure. his gun. Now a lot of people complain about this pump action gun, but it does this. It's got a hinge in it, so it's like got a loader. And I'm like, come on, man! At least they're doing something a bit different. I know it's not accurate, but all the other characters are using Nerf guns, so I'm cool with it. It's just a nice little thing you can have in your pose.
It's a bonus.
Like that. I can get by that kind of stuff.
Too right.
And of course, he holds everything nicely. The only thing that I've noticed with the Joes, now the majority of people in the world are right-handed over left-handed. It's almost like in the Joes, they've somehow got something backwards. So normally your hand that's holding your gun will have that motion on the wrist, and then the other one will be like that. But on the Joes, generally the left one is the gun hand, and the right one isn't, which is a bit weird. I'm like, I don't know there's that many left-handed guys.
I think with other figures, no.
So
that goes back to the whole sharing of the body parts, then, doesn't it? We talk about all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if they somehow just like print when they put them together, they put that through backwards or something. I don't know. This one, I'm finding he's got a little bit of a looseness there on his hip. It's not bad. It's not anything that hinders it. It's just that. Yeah. But again, I can get him into any pose I want. So
good.
Flint, wicked. Well happy with that. Then Lady J.
And there she is.
Lady J. So here she is. So if I'm going to have a gripe about this figure, there's only one, and that is this belt. Let me take her backpack off first. This belt here, it's so loose that it rides up everything.
Oh, annoying.
It's not too bad, but I wouldn't have minded if it was just maybe glued just on the side there, held in place, and you could have had it as just it might have worked better held in place.
Or if it had like the little backpack.
Or that.
We just push it in.
Yeah, all that could have worked. However, it's a really nice figure. Now, talking about Tigra. So, this is a pinless figure.
Yeah.
Double elbows. Right?
Awesome.
You have torso movement, but you also have ab crunch as well. Right?
That's the future of female action figures.
Yeah. They should be able to bend forward and back. I mean, you just saw the head there. The forward crunch is not the greatest. I would like to see a bit of an improvement on that. Oh, what have I just done there? That's not good. I'd
still got it.
See. You have. I would just, and I think it's just because of underneath her belt. You can see.
Yeah. Okay. The buckle there. Yeah.
So I think that just stops her. So on a different character maybe that's wearing a different outfit, like maybe a bit more of a spandexy something. Whatever,
we'll say even if it is a Tigra, there's basically just a feline body, then you get away with that.
So she should probably move forward quite well. She's got that double ab crunch, which they're talking about.
Yeah.
Again, double knees, boot swivels. You've got the drop down hips. Now she comes with this here. You line that up so you can put the backpack in place in there. Yeah. And that just goes through. The backpack, she comes with her torpedoes, her javelins, and they all have separate heads.
Oh, cool.
So you can pop that off. Yeah, got that. And this one was also popped off.
Yeah.
So all of them, the spares fit inside the backpack.
So good.
Yeah. This one's her javelin gun.
So much thought's gone into these figures.
Yeah. They really have. That comes out so she can have it empty or loaded. You can swap it to different ones. That also clips onto the side there, so it can be held in place. So that's on there. You got the camera that she always had on an old figure. That one's articulated.
Yeah. Wow.
That can move. That's
spins as well. Oh my god.
So that's nice. I just have the explosive top on this one, and I've just got her holding that. She also has a little. Dropped it. Oh, she has a little knife there, and that slots into the holster on her. Hip.
Which is what Deadpool doesn't have. Doesn't have removable. Can't take the weapons out.
Yeah, and as you saw earlier, I've got her with a cap on.
Yeah, and the cap off as well.
Bald, because she comes with
It's
hair.
I saw the pictures of her
So
hair.
yeah,
Yeah.
on this one, you can just put her hair on, instead of a hat. She has
Brilliant.
her hair.
Oh,
She looks
so
like
good.
the one from the cartoon.
Awesome.
My personal preference is the hat. I like that look more.
Yeah, the hat. Yeah.
It looks more like
It's a
the version
classic
that I
Lady
had
J.
as a toy.
Absolutely, me too.
In the 80s.
Yeah,
but the
me
hat
too.
as well, you know, it's little details on the hat that are good. So one thing you've got, this bit for mine keeps curling in when I'm trying to put it on, so I've got to be careful because it stops it going on properly.
There is one Joe figure I don't like. I love them all, and I could
They
easily
are really good figures.
I could easily start collecting, and the only thing that stops me is
That you won't be able to get them.
I won't get them. It seems the most frustrating toy to collect of the lot, and all I see, you know, I'm on the same, you know, you're on your Joe group, the frustrations that people have, and that would annoy the hell out of me because there'd be no
I'll
point
tell you
collecting.
what, they are by far my favourite figures. They are, like, when you have them in hand, the quality of them is beautiful. They feel nice in hand. They look great. They pose great. The accessories that come with them is great. You know, the way that, you know, you can store all the bits on the figure, all that kind of stuff. Little gripes about, you know, jackets that can't be moved. But they do have elements where in the beginning, you know, the Joes had like gold on their boots and stuff, and they've listened to fans. They've really listened to people moaning about that, and so they've now started to mute them. So as you can see, you know, he's got. I don't see why they have shin guards, but if they're going to make that part of their look, they've muted them, so now they look a bit more military.
Boots, yeah.
However, you know, and I was a fan of G.I. Joe as a kid.
Me too.
So
loved the comic, loved the cartoon.
Yeah,
loved the action figures. Had the lot, had every single one.
Yeah, and that's it. And the problem is that I am now getting pushed to a point where I'm starting to lose interest in the line. And a really nice guy called Rob Offman, who's on another G.I. Joe group, someone had posted something about, they kind of went, oh, you know, over here in the UK, it's really easy to get Major Blood and the Vipers. And I was like, no, it's not. I live in the UK and I don't have any Vipers. And this guy goes, hey, go to, I think it was a site called Props and Replicas, and they have Major Blood. So I've got him coming. I've got him on order. He's shipped already.
I saw that, yeah.
So I have him in a couple of days. And that one, I you know, I wasn't going to buy any more figures at that point. But then I was like, oh, come on. They didn't have Vipers in stock. But, you know, at least I got one of them. But the Vipers, I'm pretty certain. Apparently, Kapow Toys had them go up this morning at 10 a.m. and I didn't get to go on there, and apparently they sold out in a couple of minutes. And I was like, can't get a Viper, man.
No, and that would
Can't get a Viper.
I would just be forever frustrated by it, and I'd
miss them. Frustrating.
And I'd be starting late anyway, which would be the worst thing. When you know you get lucky if you're trying to, you know, we talk Colin earlier, who's just collecting the Empire Black Series, and he's done very well so far. But even he's missed out on some of the ones he really wants. I'd be starting late, and that's such a shame because I absolutely love everything about G.I. Joe and I've done my entire life.
I'm finding that it's really difficult because I don't want to give up on the line. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just like, it's not fun. So I came to the Marvel Legends quite a bit after, but I'm having fun collecting them. You know, I see new ones coming. I'm like, cool. Oh, I can get it. You know?
Yeah.
And even after they've been out a little while, I can still get it. I mean, a lot of these ones that are hard to get with the G.I. Joes are Target exclusives, and I don't know, man. It's becoming tedious. Buying them is when I see, oh, this figure's coming out, I'm like,
yeah,
you know.
And it's an angry running joke now with fans who see it on the live streams about no more Target exclusives, and it's become a bit of a running joke. But they mean it because you can't get them.
Yeah. It's not fun. We always say toys are meant to be fun, and collecting toys is meant to be fun, and this is not fun. So I'm finding myself in a place where I want to buy them, but at the same time I'm kind of like, oh, I don't enjoy buying them but I know I'm still going to because they're cool. You know,
They are.
it's very difficult, but I think I have to keep that mindset that they, you know, as long as the line continues, they will eventually make them again.
True.
You know, even things like Cobra Commander. I have Cobra Commander, but my favourite look for him was the look in the cartoon. You know, he's got those trousers that have got the stirrups underneath, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Like,
yeah.
I want that version. The one that they put out is in like regal clothes, and also I think I said this to you before. He's a bit big for my liking.
Yeah.
I always feel that Destro should tower over him.
Destro
And,
should
like, you know, he
always
should be
tower
much more
over
of a
Yeah.
he should be more of a slighter build, whereas Destro
He
should be
was-
like, you know,
He was like a slimy little man that just was able to exercise his power.
that's it. And Destro's like muscly, whereas the one we've got, he's quite big, and actually they made him really tall. So I you know, I think eventually, if the line continues, you might get versions that look like the cartoons. You might get ones that look like the comics, or
Comic,
you know,
yeah.
So I think I've just got to, even things like Vipers, just go, you know what? If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
And just go at it like that, and then I think maybe I'll enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah,
Because I
because
don't want to
looking at it,
stress out.
say, no, and looking at the joy you're getting there, looking at that Flint and Lady J, they're awesome figures.
Oh, dude, yeah, they are.
And I agree with you. I think they're the best of the whole Hasbro range, the Joe figures. Without doubt, they're the best of the figures, and so much thought into accessories and the look and things that come with them, and the boxes and everything. They're perfect. That's
Yeah.
such a great set.
They pose well, you know, all kinds of things other than the body armor that stops them. Yeah, it's just it's a shame if they keep doing this, because I think that, I mean, I see on forums people going, you know what, I'm out, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm selling my Joes, who wants to buy them?
Such a shame.
And I don't want to see that. It's a shame.
No, it is a shame. It is a shame.
Yeah. Right. Anyway,
What a collection of toys.
I think we've powwowed quite a bit this evening.
We have powwowed a lot. We have powered through some powwow on toys tonight.
We really have.
Done a good job.
That's
Good
going to be
job.
a long episode.
Yeah.
I wonder how
hopefully
we get past 5 minutes.
Well, if you stick with it and you get to this point, you've seen some amazing toys.
That's right, exactly. And
So there you go.
You're just like us, a toy collector who likes to have fun.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, Paul, if people want to see you online, where could they find you, and what are your other shows?
Go to Mighty Marvel Show on YouTube if you want to watch. Obviously Marvel, as it says in the title there. Quite a lot of unboxings and then general movie chat and that sort of thing over there. And Mighty Marvel Mix is our podcast that I do, which is a lot more deeper dive into the comics. And that's probably where you can find me. And Mighty Marvel Mix on Instagram as well.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, get on there, go and like and subscribe to his other shows.
Thanks so much. So like and subscribe this one first.
And this one,
and
yeah.
Then go this one first. Then
you
go
and do another show, but don't forget this one. Yeah, and with me, you can find me on Instagram at Spartan _ the letter X _ and the word 1, Spartan X1. And I'm also on Twitter at 1933 Eagles. And I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me on there. Old Chums Geek Chat is
Old Chums Geek Chat. Yeah.
Or I've got a G.I. Joe Classified Collectors.
Yeah. Star Wars Conversations.
Star Wars Conversations and all those.
All things nerdy. All things nerdy.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So until next time, we'll catch you for another powwow.
Thanks so much.
Bye.